Websites your competitors don't want you to know, part 2.
Maska can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side. inside through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As that's still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Driven by speed. Grid Theory Racewear.
Fight when the green flag drops. We come alive. This is where the fast survive. This is where the dream gets real. MX-5 proving ground. Show me who can wheel. No excuses. No backing down. This is proving grounds.
What is up, everybody? We are here with another round for Proving Grounds. We are at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park on this beautiful, beautiful summer day in July. We have a beautiful weather of 77 degrees with 51% humidity, partly cloudy with a slight wind. I hope you guys are doing well and you guys are excited to hop into some MX-5 racing here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park with Proving Grounds. Let's take a look at the current standings with Proving Grounds. As we get into this next race, we have James D. Newell leading the pack right now with 630 points, followed by Eddie Yankin with 600, Shane A. Stern with 590, Matthew Bartlett right behind him with 520, Justin Reynolds with 520 as well, Joseph Hook with 490, Joshua Lutz with 465, Charles Wolf with 440, Gregorio A. Moreno Jr. with 425, Luke Cantor with 410, Randall Kahn with 400, Thomas Bellarmine with 350, Samuel Sadguy with 320, Olivier Henrico with 300, Michael Tenegretta with 270, Donnie Moffitt with 260, Sean Kapinski with 255, Jordan McReynolds with 250, Jesse Gonzalez with 240, Caleb Slaw with 230, Aaron Reynolds with 220, Cody Gronbach with 215, Lincoln Fox with 200, Canton Bandy with 185, Chris Smith with 140, Dawson Wadlington with 100, Dwayne Taplin with 95, Jordan Harbor in 28th with 85, Eugenio Polici with 70, Lincoln Olson in 30th with 65, and James C. White rounding out the bottom 31 with 0. As we get ready to go racing here tonight, guys, we are looking pretty good here. We have a exciting race here for you guys tonight with a total of 16 drivers. Not everybody can make it to every round. This is the last race until about mid-August, where we will get back to racing. So as we round out this part of the first half of the season here, we will be looking forward to coming back in August and getting back to racing. I hope everyone has a fantastic night with this, because last week we had a bang up of a battle at Mid-Ohio. Exciting finish, going almost 4 wide going to the finish with James Newell taking the win. And then Samuel Sadguy right behind him, Matthew Bartlett and Henrico all rounding out that top 4. That battle going to that final turn was something else, I will tell you. So yes, as we come back for round 5 on August 20th, we will be at Virginia International Speedway. And that is where we will pick back up when we get back to racing after tonight's race. So let's go and focus on the grid and see where everybody is stacked up for today's race. With a qualifying time of 1 minute 31 seconds and 8/10 of a second, I should say, we got Olivier Henrico in first place, with Luke Cantor on his inside, Charles Wolfe in third, with Eddie Yankin in fourth, Samuel Sadguy in fifth, Shane Stern in sixth, Joshua Lutz in seventh, Justin Reynolds in eighth, Matthew Bartlett in ninth, 10th is Jesse Gonzalez, Joseph Hook in 11th, Aaron Reynolds in 12th. Then we have Gregorio Moreno Jr. and Michael Tenegretta, Kendall Kahn, and Dwayne Taplin rounding out the 16. So as we are getting gridded up here, guys, we are going to be in for a treat. Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, I should say, has a lot of elevation change. We have some horseshoe turns where the car gets almost sideways if you're not careful going into the straight, and we want to keep as much speed going into that final straight because that is where the moves are going to be made, is in that horseshoe. So we should be looking for some big passes there, lots of drafting, and some exciting racing here tonight as we get ready to go and start the pace lap. Henrico in that first position. Actually, he is on the inside. The grid presentation was wrong. He's still holding on to that number one position. Luke Cantor missed last week in Mid-Ohio. He had a pretty good turnout in St. Pete. Had a rough week in Daytona. So we should look for him to finish up in those top spots. Eddie Yankin has been a bang-up of a driver over the past few weeks. And it's surprising to see Shane Stern as far back as he is. Right now, he must be having some issues because it's showing him 14th. Hopefully he gets himself collected and back up to the position he's supposed to be in, as he missed the start. As you can see, he is making his way back up to the spot he's supposed to be. This is that long straight where lots of draft is going to come into play. If you don't get the correct exit off of that horseshoe going into the straight, it can really hurt you and you can lose that draft. Man, we got a turnout tonight of 16 drivers here in our fourth race. MX-5 Proving Grounds. I'm excited to get to the green. Let's see who's going to be. As we get ready, as we come around that final turn, everybody's going to pack up. Once that light goes green, we are off. And we're gone. Taking the charge and running with it, followed by Luke Cantor, Charles Wolf slotting in right behind him. That first turn, guys, if you're not careful when you touch that curb coming out of that first turn, your car will get loose and it could really send you into that wall. I've seen that. Everybody kind of just finding their groove here on that first lap, seeing where they're going to slot in, who they can trust, who they could get behind to make some moves and move on forward. That is that horseshoe turn that I was talking about there. As Henrik comes flying out, goes a little bit of a gap back to Cantor. We got Charles Wolf followed by Samuel Sadguy right behind Charles. Samuel Sadguy had a bang up of a show up at Mid-Ohio as he put James on his toes on that final lap. Gotta say, I seen Henrico in the advanced race, which is also Canadian Tire Motorsport Park this week, and he also qualified first in that. But he had quite a mishap in that race. He got tied up with another driver, and it ended the race for about four or five people. Back to the mid-pack, hop on Jesse Gonzalez as he is slotted in right behind Justin Reynolds. We'll go on board with him as we check out this track from the cockpit. As you can see, we're coming up into this horseshoe. It's so important to carry as much speed through this horseshoe without getting too sideways, as he has a fantastic exit right on the bumper of Justin Reynolds. And I think Jesse's going to buy his time and kind of just push him along. As he tries to get past Eddie Yankin on the outside going into this. We gotta go out on the outside to see what's going to happen here with these three. As Justin Reynolds gets around Yankin, but Yankin's going to have the inside going into that final turn. Oh, Yankin getting a little sideways. This is an exciting battle here. And Jesse comes up on the inside of Justin Reynolds and makes a move. Is he going to make it stick? He does. Justin Reynolds goes wide into the grass. As he gets by, and Nav Motorsport was Jesse Gonzalez making it work, getting around Justin Reynolds there. What a move. Let's hop up here with Joshua Lutz as he's right on the bumper of Samuel Sadguy as they go through this horseshoe. As you can see, they're all bunched up there in that top six. They got a slight gap back to Yankin and then Jesse Gonzalez. We got two groups here, guys. We'll hop back here with Gregorio Moreno Jr., who's in the pack with Justin Reynolds, Natalie Bartlett. And it looks like Gregorio's going to try to make a move around. Is that Joseph Hook? Yes, Joseph Hook is in the back here with the second pack as Michael Tannegretta goes around and he hits the wall. It looks like that will be the end of Michael Tannegretta's race as he goes through the pits. He wasn't on track, so we are not going to have a pace car as it is not impeding on anybody's race. We got to see that from Michael's point of view. It looks like Aaron Reynolds just got into the back of him. Let's hop on board with Aaron Reynolds there. I think Aaron also went to the pits, and that might be the end of Aaron's race. That sucks for Michael and Aaron as we hop back up. What's going on here in first place? Luke Cantor pushing Henrico down the straight. Have a favorite race on track right now, favorite driver, I should say. Who has been your favorite driver so far in this series? If you have been watching weekly and stopping in and catching the race live, who have you come to enjoy watching? Like Shane Stern is going to give on Charles Wolf. And then Samuel is going to take the inside as well on Charles. Does Samuel make it stick? No, he backs off, lets Charles go through the horseshoe. Charles and Shane both Mad Motorsport drivers. So we'll see if they work together to try to push up to that top four to see if they can make a move on Henrico and Luke Cantor. Let's hop back here with the Mountain Dew Code Red Matthew Bartlett from whatever country he had there listed. As Justin Reynolds goes wide for the second time, Justin Reynolds sending it off track. Don't know what happened to him there, but I know he's not going to be happy because him and Matthew Bartlett are both tied for points for fourth or fifth place. As Matthew Bartlett goes wide, and Joseph Hook is going to try to make it by him, but does not, and he goes wide. And Gregorio Moreno Jr. looking to capitalize on their mistakes. Come on, Gregorio. Rocking that that black and white Mad Motorsport car. Always in boost. The guy is Luke Cantor. I'm respectful. He's doing a bang-up job here with Henrico. As he's about to get around Henrico, going into the high-speed sweeper. And Shane is trying to make a move as they both make a little bit of a bobble. Henrico going wide there. Luke Cantor right on the back of Henrico as they come down into turn one. We have a group of 6 drivers here in this front pack. As Luke Cantor is pushing Henrico to his absolute limit, keeping Henrico on his toes, not letting Henrico have an inch. You see as they come through this horseshoe, they definitely can get real loose there if they're not careful. seen that outside line does not always work going into the sweeper. And again, Henrico wide and making it work for him as Luke Cantor goes a little wide there. And he pulls back in that second place, just keeping Shane off. Coming down into that turn 1 again. Carrying a lot of speed, and if you're not careful and you grab that curve just right, it will send you into that opposite wall. Let's hop back here with Joseph Hook in this second pack. As these four kind of on their own little island here. Matthew Bartlett and Gregorio Moreno Jr. kind of working together. Joseph Hook and Justin Reynolds kind of close the gap coming out of that motion. So you guys can kind of see that battle. There we go. As you can see, we got these four all swapping positions. Gregorio Moreno Jr. is now in front of Matthew Bartlett. I'm a Baja Blast guy myself. I do respect the Code Red. If you had to choose to be a Mountain Dew, which one would you be? We got Shane Stern in first. Something must have happened. Let's go, Greg. Support for Greg is here in the chat. I gotta find out what happened. Past Henrico and Cantor. That's not bad. Let's see what happened. Henrico goes sideways and Cantor kind of collected him and pushed him back straight. So luckily they didn't lose too much. And Shane and Samuel kind of took advantage of that. I love it. Gotta love it. As you can see, it didn't hurt Henrico and Cantor too much. They're just in the back of that pack. People want to see more of this Gregorio Moreno Jr. battle. So we're going to hop back here with these guys. And why don't we hop on board with Matthew Bartlett? We'll hop on the low car. Hop in the car with Matthew Bartlett as he's following Gregorio Moreno Jr. up to that next pack. Maybe Matt and Gregorio can get up in the mix of that, and they could be a part of that big train that's going on. As it looks like Matt cut in just a little too early on that turn. I think he needs to hang it just a little bit wider and carry a little more speed going on. He needs to be careful. He does not want to lose Gregorio. Because it looks like he is slowly closing that gap up to Luke Cantor. If Gregorio can pull it off, he could be in the running for even the top spot. That front pack is there. Gregorio is capitalizing on the people's mistakes, and he is catching up. Let's go, Gregorio. As he goes wide. Oh boy. Gregorio is not far off of Eddie Yankin there. Maybe about a second and a half. If he could make this turn stick, he can close that gap even more. And which he does. He does close that gap. And he's down to a 1.1 second. And this is where that draft is going to come into play. That will pull him right up into battle up here for that #1 spot. Here with another Mad Motorsport driver, Charles Wolf. It looks like Shane Stern kind of fell back to 4th place. And we got the Frenchman, Samuel Sadguy, creating a gap of a second to Joshua Lutz. Joshua or Joseph? Let's Joshua, who wasn't here last week from Mid-Ohio, or he was here from Mid-Ohio, had a bobble where he fell back to the back of the pack. But he is for sure making up for it. But it looks like they got to be careful, though, because it looks like they are losing Samuel Sadguy. I don't know if that's how you say his last name, but I'm American. I have an excuse. He's French. How do you even say a French man's last name? So he kind of just runs away with it. And Charles Wolf is now in second. Let's see if he can manage to close that gap. It looks like he was getting tired of Joshua holding him up and him losing that front runner, Samuel. As Joshua Lutz goes wide into the grass in turn 1. It does look like Charles Wolf is slowly closing that gap back up. He's still within draft. These cars do punch quite a hole. And you could probably catch draft up to a second and a half, even 1.7 seconds back. Samuel Sadguy starts to lose it a little bit. Charles is going to take advantage of that and rope him back in. It's not over, Samuel, in that M&M car. Charles Wolf is still here, ready to make it happen. It looks like Henrico made his way back up there after having a bobble in the final turn a few laps ago. We are 20 minutes in with 25 minutes to go. This still could be anybody's race. As we can see, Gregorio Moreno Jr. pulled him and Matty B back up into that top 10 battle. And Joseph Hook about right behind Matty as well. And then we have a little bit of a gap back to Justin Lyons. But Gregorio Moreno Jr. now has his eyes set on Eddie Yankin and Joshua Lutz. He's going to be looking for a move. Thank you for that clarification. How to say his name? Sagi. I'll take that into thought process next time I say his name. I'm probably still gonna call him Sad Guy, but he is not a sad guy right now, as he's being pushed by Charles Wolf victory right now. But Henrico is right there. I know Henrico is not happy about the mistake that happened before. Luckily for him, he got put straight as Luke Cantor goes around. Oh no. Let's see what happened to Luke Cantor. Looks like him and Shane Stern. Oh no, Luke just got into the side of Shane. Lost traction and straightens back out, and he's able to go. No accident, no harm, no foul, just a little bumping and bumping there on that turn, and kind of lost it. Back up here, the top three. Samuel Sadguy, Charlie Wolf, and Henry are now on their own little island. Then you have Shane Stern about a second and a half, a little more than a second and a half back. Sadly. I know Shane is going to want to close that gap, and hopefully he can, because that will pull all 4 or 5 of these guys back into it. And I know Gregorio Moreno Jr. wants Shane to get his butt back up there, so he can take advantage of it. Try to make it happen. Before Cantor had that mishap. Did not see that. So that's looks like it's going to be a nail in the coffin for Jesse in that top 10 race. Sadly, did not back up here with Gregorio Moreno Jr., the most popular guy of the live stream. Shane Stern working very hard trying to close that gap. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to close it unless Eddie Yankin can push him up there. Henrico is now back in first place as we hop back up here with the top 3 battle. Henrico will be happy about taking his spot back, as he was the fastest one in qualifying. Seems to have the best pace out of everybody here on this track, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Guys, this is MX-5 Proving Grounds, produced by Grid Theory Productions and sponsored by Grid Theory Raceway. Don't hit apexes. Oh, that's not the correct thing. Apexes don't hit themselves. That is the sponsored shirt for MX-5 Proving Grounds. Go get your merch today on the MX-5 Proving Grounds website. You will see apexes don't hit themselves t-shirt. There on the website. And you will get all your up-to-date MX-5 Proving Grounds info, standings that you need from their website at mx5provinggrounds.com. So we got quite pace up here with these top three. And it looks like they are still just building that gap there on Shane Stern. So it looks like we're going to have two different packs here. A pack led by Shane Stern, followed by Eddie Yankton and Gregory Moreno Jr. Josh Wilk, Matthew Bartlett, and Joseph Hook, all fighting for that fourth position. And then we can hop on back here to Luke Cantor and Justin Reynolds. Have Jesse Gonzalez back here in 12th position. Gregory Moreno Jr. is 100% driving the wheels off that car. But let's hope that he does not drive the wheels completely off the car. We still have about 17 minutes left in this race. He's going to need every ounce of tire that he can drum up to get past Eddie Yankton and Shane Stern. As you can see, Shane Stern and Gregory Moreno Jr. both teammates, both rocking that black and white Mav Motorsport. Shane with the black wheels, Gregorio with the orange wheels. I prefer the orange wheels. They look a lot better. But the guy that's in between them is a real MX-5 driver, Eddie Yankton, who has competed across the country in an MX-5 series. Not the winning, but he did race and has won some very interesting battles. Let's see if I can bring the exact info about those races. Jesse Gonzalez coming off the track here. What happened with Jesse Gonzalez? I think Jesse was upset. He had enough of the race. He could have respectfully drove back to the pits, but it is what it is. and he decided he was going to take a shortcut into the wall. As we hop back to Eddie Yankin, so pull up his portfolio. Eddie Yankin is 22 out of Arizona. He's been racing for 4 or 5 years, didn't start taking it serious until about a year or two ago. He started racing in Spec Miatas at 17, won the 2025 Canadian Mazda Challenge for the nation. And then he was the 2025 Mazda Spec MX-5 Shootout nominee. So this boy has a reputation as a real MX-5 driver. Gregorio Moreno Jr. and Shane Stern put him to the absolute test here in MX-5 Proving Grounds. And this is what MX-5 Proving Grounds is all about. Finding the best driver, regardless, behind the wheel of these MX-5 cars. Let's hop up here with Samuel Sad, guys. He is following Henry Ford. And we'll talk about Samuel Sad Guy. Samuel Sad Guy is 17 from France. He's been racing for nearly 4 years, 2 years on iRacing. And he's looking for some sponsors for the Legends car. So if you are a sponsor, you are watching this, and you live in France or know some connections in France, message Samuel Sad Guy. He is looking and hoping to find some sponsors. Samuel Sad Guy and James Newell had quite a race last week at Mid-Ohio. Sadly, James Newell could not make it because he too is a real MX-5 driver. He was in the middle of pulling an engine out of a car, as he said in the Discord, and would not be able to make it to tonight's race. Gotta respect that somebody that races for real is putting in the wrench time to make his car ready to go. Let's hop back here with the Gregorio Moreno Jr. fans. That's Gregorio has gotten Shane Stern. Let's see what happened with Shane here. He goes wide in the horseshoe. Luckily didn't put it in the wall, but he was passed by Eddie, Gregorio, Joshua, Joseph, and Matthew Bartlett. Shane has fell from grace from first place all the way back to 9th position. Shane, number 3 in the point standing overall, is now back in 9th place. Guys, we're still only halfway through the season, so this could be anybody's race or anybody's championship still. Shane goes again. We are looks like Gregorio Moreno Jr. is going to keep his eyes focused on Eddie Yankin. And if Gregorio can get by, Gregorio will be looking good. 9th position overall in the standings. With a solid finish here, he could be a threat for the podium. It's all about consistency, showing up, and making things happen. You don't need to be on the podium every single race. But you do need to finish fairly well to make things happen. Back up here with this top 3 battle, as we are down to the final 9 minutes of this race, and it looks like these 3 have created quite the gap, and they are on their own little island. For the most part, guys, other than some people sending themselves into a hole, small little mistakes, we have had a very, very clean race here tonight, guys. Another successful week being MX-5 Proving Grounds. The Samuel Sad guy lets a little bit of a gap and kind of closes it again. Come down and hit the turn 1. It looks like Samuel Sad guy's kind of waiting to buy his time to see if he can make a move here on Henrico. And Charles Wolf not letting go either. I know Charles Wolf might be waiting for his time. Shane Stern keeps going off track. This boy needs to be careful. He does realize there is a incident limit of 17. The 45-minute race. Those off tracks out fairly quickly. So we hop back to the front. Sad guy and Charles Wolf. Actually, let's hop back here with Gregorio, because it looks like Gregorio is getting ready to make Eddie Yankin sweat as he pushes him. We are down to the final 6 minutes here, guys. 30-second lap time. We don't have many laps to go. Probably about 3 laps here before it's a checkered flag and we see who the winner here is of Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Just right, because if you don't, you will go by and you will not carry enough speed. You will be into that grass. Gregorio Moreno Jr. is looking, waiting, and trying to find that move. As they come up into the elevated horseshoe, there is a specific name for that turn, but I can't name it right now. If anybody in the live stream knows the turn off the top of their head. Find a move. He needs to be careful. That turn is called Moss Corner. I found it, guys. I found the as we hop back up here. Thank you, Chris Smith. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we get ready for the top 3 to go into Moss Corner with 4 minutes left here. We got off tracks going on in the back here with that second pack. Everybody's eager to make moves, sending it wide. These tires have to be slick by now. Let's see if we can bring it up. Battle for 5th place, going all the way back to Joshua Wilson. And then this battle for 1st. Samuel, Olivier Henrico, Charles Wolf. Sad guy looking to make a move. Charles gets a good exit. Samuel gets a good exit. All 3 getting a fantastic exit. As we get ready, we might be white flag here on this next lap. As we get ready to close out this race here. As Samuel tries to get Henrico to hiccup, make a mistake, it will definitely be white flag as we come across. We are white flag here, guys. This is the final lap. This is where moves will be made. Let's see if Samuel Sad Guy can pull Henrico in. And even Charles Wolf. As they come down into turn 2. Turn 2. Down into 3. Nobody's making a mistake. Everybody's on their A game in this top 3. Getting ready to come down into Moss Corner. Can a move be made? As they all come out of it. Perfect. Charles Wolf right on the bumper of Samuel Sad Guy. Henrico weaving to try to not let Samuel get that draft. Charles is going to try to make the move on the outside of Samuel. Here we go. Are we going to have another wild finish going here? Canadian Tire Motorsport Park as they go 3 wide going into the sweeper. We have people go wide. Charles Wolf and Samuel Sad Guy go crashing into the wall as Henrico makes it through. Oh no. And Gregorio Moreno Jr. makes it by Yankin, and he's going to pull in 2nd place. What a horrific finish for Samuel and Charles Wolf. Guys, we have to watch that back. Oh boy, oh boy. Sadly, guys, we thought we were going to have looks like... Let's watch it from here. Samuel goes to the inside. I want to... need to hop here with Samuel, sad guy. Because we gotta watch that finish back one more time. Let's play this. That is not right. There we go. We're going to go back to Samuel's Sad Guy. And he goes to the right side. Don't know why it's going black. It looks like Henrico kinda gets in. No. Henrico starts to slide a little bit and Samuel pushes out, and then Charles just collects Samuel and goes flying off the track. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's see if we could pull up the results here, guys. That is the practice results. We want the final results. It doesn't look like it will let me pull it up. We will go over the results in a second. I'm going to pull in some drivers so we could chat and find out what happened here. One second here, guys, and we are going to get into the my bad. I guess I can't do that. Let's see if I can bring in Eddie. Eddie, can you hear me today?
Yep, I can hear you, Tony.
Alrighty, Eddie. I saw that you got to finish in third place. How are you feeling about that race? I know that finish was a little spicy for Charles and Samuel, but you got to capitalize on that and followed in right behind Gregorio for third place.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew from the beginning that it was going to be a game of survival on this track, and fortunately for me, unfortunately for them, something did happen at the end, and I was going for a switchback on Gregorio at the end, but you know, he parked it a little bit on the apex. He did really well to do that, and so I couldn't get a run out of the corner, so he ended up just barely getting it.
Yeah, Eddie, tell us about how this compares to driving in a real MX-5 Cup car. Or have you driven an MX-5 Cup car, or is it just the spec that you drive?
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't driven a real Cup car yet, but I do just drive Spec Miata. But even to that, you know, it's similar in just the way and how close it is, and we have to work together with bump drafting. You know, if you're just constantly trying to overtake the guy, then you're not going to get anywhere.
And for you, how does the competition in this league stack up to what you have experienced in real life?
It's definitely up there, you know. I think these guys are super quick. I mean, especially in qualifying, I had no idea how they got into the 21s, I think, or yeah, 31s. So that was pretty crazy, but yeah, it's definitely up there.
And how do you feel about the next race in Virginia next month?
I'm excited. I think it's one of my stronger tracks. I really haven't driven Mosport in like over a year, so I was a little nervous coming into it, but I think the pace was there overall, so I just got a little caught out at the start. I think the guys kind of sped up before the green a little bit, and I just kind of stayed put.
Yeah, got to be on your A game at the start. If there is any track that is on the remaining schedule that you're looking forward to most, what track is that?
I do think it's probably VIR. It's just super technical, you know, and even though it is a draft track for sure, I think it does reward the best drivers as well.
Gotcha. And is there any shout outs you would like to give tonight?
No, I don't think so. So I think I'm all right.
Alrighty, Eddie. I hope you have a good night, and we will see you in Virginia.
Yeah, thank you.
That was our third place driver, Eddie Yankin, as he pulled in a fantastic third place. Let's see if I can try to bring up these results. It keeps pulling in practice results for some odd reason, as we have had a fantastic race here, guys. I do got to say that we have had one heck of a finish. Sadly, we had Charles and Samuel get collected in a accident. Gregorio Moreno Jr. capitalized on that finish with a second place. Gregorio starting in the back, making it all the way up to the front, pulling in second place. We got to give credit where credit is due. When you are patient, you can make things happen. And that will be all, as I keep having technical difficulties here, as I cannot pull up the current standings for this race. We will be back next week, or August 20th, for Virginia International Speedway. Hope you guys have a good night. This is MX-5 Proving Grounds with Great Theory Productions. Be safe.